Hey, 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 welcome to tonight's team call, ladies. Love seeing all your beautiful faces. It is Wednesday, May 17th, so we are halfway through the month. So if you're not yet on the Success Club board or you haven't yet hit the goal that you set for yourself this month, don't throw in the towel, okay? It just means we might have to push a little bit harder. Don't give up on yourself. You can do this. Keep speaking those words of affirmation. I wake up in the morning, these people are coming to me. People are excited to work with me because I have something to provide value. I can inspire them. I can relate to them and help them with their nutrition and fitness goals. I can empower them to love themselves and to see value within themselves. Keep speaking those words of affirmation and speaking your future into the present, okay? Don't get down on yourself. Don't let yourself beat you up. None of that. No negative self-talk. I'm not where I wanted to be yet either. So I'm right there with you, but I'm not throwing in the towel and I'm not giving up. I'm going to grind it out, and my goals are still going to happen for this month, and so are yours. So keep that positive mindset, girls, and let's keep pushing forward, okay? So for tonight's team call, I'm super excited to talk about Power Hour and creating productivity in your business hours, within your Power Hour, and when you sit down to work your business, okay? This is something that we've been working on as a team. It's going really well, and I thought that this is kind of perfect timing to really rehash this, go over exactly what I do in my Power Hour, what I do in addition to my Power Hour, to kind of give you girls an idea like what a day for me really looks like. So you're not like, well, is she doing like all these other crazy things? So you can really see that like I'm just doing the same things that you're doing, maybe a couple extra, but nothing crazy, okay? So I want to talk about that. And really quick, make sure you have next Wednesday at 8:30 marked off on your calendar, because we have an amazing guest speaker. It's going to be a surprise. I'm not going to announce it until next Wednesday, but I will tell you this. She is incredible. She has crushed some huge goals in her life, and she will rock your socks. I mean, she is just an amazing person, and I'm really, really excited that she agreed to do a call for us. So make sure you're on next week's team call, okay? So with that said, I'm going to go ahead and hit that screen share, and we'll get the party started. Okay, so just a reminder, I have everybody on mute, and I'm not going to be able to see the chat box. So if you have a question, unmute yourself and interrupt me and stop me so that we can talk about it, or type it in the chat box. And when I'm all done, I will go back and open that up and answer any questions you girls have. Okay? Cool? All right, perfect. I'm going to close that up a little bit so it's not. All right, cool. Angie, you're the only one I can see right now. Can you see my slideshow okay? Okay, cool. So tonight is how to be productive and crush your Power Hour. We are going to be talking about 3 steps to help you create a productive Power Hour and productive business hours within your business, okay? So the first one is going to be setting yourself up for success, okay? Creating that plan so that you can create success within your Power Hour. Number 2 is, what does organization for the week look like? And then number 3 is going to be some things I personally do outside of the traditional Power Hour that you girls have all seen in our group. We'll talk about that a little bit, okay? So 1 is set yourself up for success. 2 is, what does organization throughout the week look like? And 3 is going to be some things that I personally do outside of my Power Hour to help me grow my business and be successful. So number 1 is set yourself up for success. So we need to create a plan, right? We need to have a plan of action. So we need to have designated office hours. You guys, you are the CEO of your business, okay? You are at the top of your very own business. I'm not your boss. I'm not your CEO. I'm just here to mentor you and share with you what works for me. So you need to be your own boss and make sure you're setting those hours. Just like if you go to a traditional job, you have business hours, right? If you are working for this to replace your full-time income, to be a 6-figure business, different things like that, if you have big hopes and expectations and dreams for this business, we have to treat it like it's a six-figure business if that's what we want. If we want it to be a $50,000 a year business, we need to treat it like a $50,000 business a year, right? Not just a hobby, or not just, oh, well, I'll get to it if I get to it. If you went to your normal job and just said, oh, well, I'll just show up when I decide to, would you get paid? No, you're not going to get paid because you're not doing the work. So making sure that you have that self-discipline and you set your designated office hours. It might be the same every day, and it might fluctuate depending on what your schedule looks like. If you have children and you're running and you're here and you're there, maybe you work a couple days a week and your schedule changes. It's going to be different for all of us, but sitting down, and maybe it changes weekly. So sitting down on a Sunday evening and deciding, okay, this is the time slot that I am putting away for my power hour and my workouts every day this week, so that you know going into the week what it looks like, okay? You need to have a quiet space to work. So I'm not following that myself right now because my office is occupied currently for a couple more days, but I'm in my bedroom. This is where I've been doing my power hours at home. It's quiet. I don't have a lot of distractions. The kids are taken care of. Making sure that you eliminate the distractions as much as possible, okay? The kids are taken care of. The husband doesn't need anything. The animals are taken care of. Your phone is turned off. Your chat box in Messenger is turned off. So as you're working and you're messaging people, you don't keep hearing the ding, 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 and you get distracted and you want to go back and message that person right away. You need to try and create this nice, quiet environment that you can keep focused and work on your things as you're going down the list, okay? So eliminating the distractions and creating a quiet, organized workspace, okay? When we have a cluttered area or environment that we're trying to work in, I don't know about you guys, but the chaos, it tends to lead into my work area, right? So if there's a lot of stuff around me that it's going to distract me, or it feels like it's really cluttered, or I don't have enough space to actually work and have all of my materials out, then I get flustered too. So making sure that that space is nice and clean and organized too. The next one is make sure you grab all of your tools. So what does that look like for you? Is that a pen, paper, your computer? I personally use a planner. Words of affirmation. Do you have your goals written out on a piece of paper? Maybe part of your power hour is doing like the Jesus is Calling and you're reading a small verse every morning. Whatever that looks like for you, making sure that you have all that organized and you have that when you sit down to work your power hour. So you're not like in the middle of your power hour and go, oh crap, I need this, or I forgot to grab a pen, or whatever. Trying to make sure that you're good and focused and you have all those materials with you when you sit down to get focused, okay? Phone. This is not answering any phone calls, any text messages, anything like that. I strictly use my phone for my timer. So when we work through our power hour and we say, okay, 5 minutes for this, 5 minutes for that, you're literally just setting the timer on your phone so that you keep focused on that certain task for so many minutes, and then you move on to the next, okay? And we'll talk about that a little bit more towards the end of the call, because I have that slide that we use for our power hour at the end, okay? And then your tracker sheets to track your progress. So a couple things that I personally find useful is making sure I have my tracker sheet with me so that I can track what I'm doing and I can check things off my list as I'm going. I also have my to-do list right there with me so I can check off. And checking things off your to-do list on pen and paper gives you that sense of gratification. You can see it visually that you're moving forward, you're making progress, and you are working towards your goals. So those are all things that I find useful when I'm sitting down to do my power hour. And like I said, marking things off gives a sense of accomplishment and helps you feel empowered to keep moving through with your power hour, okay? Number 2 is, so what does organization look like? So you all have seen the power hour slide show, or the sheet. So this is what it looks like. If you don't remember, we do 5 minutes for envision, affirmation, your why and your goals, 5 minutes on daily happy birthdays, 10 minutes on add to your list, writing the new ads on your list, 5 minutes to reaching out to 3 new friends, 5 minutes to reaching out to 3 existing friends, 15 minutes to inviting at least 5 friends, 5 minutes to check into your groups, and then at least 10 minutes of personal development. So that is what our power hour is made up of, to help us grow our business and to accomplish the vital behaviors. Okay. So going back to this is what my personal power hour looks like throughout the entire week. On Mondays, I'm going over my vision and my goals. I'm doing my daily to-do list, so I know exactly what I need to accomplish for the day. And that includes everything in my life, you guys. It's not just the business. It's what my kids need. It's what we have going on, so that I know and I'm organized and I don't feel like I'm frustrated or flailing through life. I know exactly what needs to be accomplished that day. I clear my friend requests. So the requests that I send out that were not accepted on Mondays, I clear that out. So I start with no friend requests pending as of Monday mornings. Okay. I do my happy birthdays. I update my new friend list. So anybody that did accept my friend request over the weekend, I make sure that I add them to my notebook and to my list. I then send 30 new friend requests. I reach out to the new people I added. This is in our power hours at least 3. For me personally, I do everyone that I added that day. So if I added 10 new people that day, I message all 10 people that day to start that conversation and to start building that relationship. Okay. I clear my inbox on Mondays. I'm kind of anal about this. I want to make sure I've responded to everyone in a timely fashion. And on Saturdays and Sundays, I do respond to people, but not as much. I unplug and spend more time with my family on Saturdays and Sundays because I grind hard Monday through Friday. And so I do respond, but on Mondays, I'm very sure to clear my inbox and make sure that I have talked with everyone. Okay. So then I move on to checking into my groups. So that means like Meg's group, any training groups that I'm participating in. It means I'm checking into our team group to make sure that nobody's had any questions or posted anything that I need to know about there. And I'm also checking into my challenge groups, whether they're a free group or a paid group. Okay. I'm then planning out my week. I'm thinking about when am I going to go live? What am I going to go live about? Workout videos that I'm posting for the week, different post ideas. I just kind of brainstorm and think about different things I can do. Maybe something happened over the weekend that I would like to share throughout the week. Just constantly trying to think of different things to keep things fresh and sharing my story. If I need to create any new groups, or if I need to add any posts to my groups, because I schedule them out for about 5 to 7 days in advance so that I'm not stressed to post in a group every single day. And then what needs done for the team. So I just kind of think about, do I need to touch base with any of you girls in particular? Is there something that we've talked about that I need to help you with? Is there a training coming up? Is there a what is coaching call coming up? What is going to be our topic for the team call? Different things like that. Now, that might seem like a lot, right? Especially for an hour. But you have to remember, I've been a coach for 5 years. I didn't do that right away. This is just what my days look like. And the reason I'm showing you this is because my Mondays and Fridays look different than my Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursdays. And so I want you to understand that as you grow your team and as you get more busy in the business, you don't have to do the power hour exactly the way that it's laid out every single day of the week. Okay, you can adjust it to fit you and your needs. So you can see on Mondays, I don't invite anyone on Mondays because I'm taking that time and I'm reaching out to more people. I'm clearing my inbox, which usually takes some time. There's usually 30 to 40 messages in my inbox on Mondays. So I've altered that time to reach out and clear my inbox. So what does that mean if I'm not inviting on Monday? That means that my numbers on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday need to what? They need to increase because I still need to hit my minimum numbers, but I've just rotated those numbers onto different days, okay? If that makes sense. So on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm still doing my vision and goals. I'm still doing my daily to-do list. I'm still doing happy birthdays. I'm updating my friends list. I'm still sending 30 friend requests. I'm reaching out to the new ads. I'm reaching out to at least 5 existing friends and reconnecting and growing that relationship with them. I'm inviting 10 plus people. to join me either in a challenge group or the coaching opportunity. I'm still checking into my groups, and I'm following up with my inbox with any extra time that I do have throughout the day, okay? So you can kind of see where I added inviting back in, but I'm not stressed to clear out my inbox, okay, because I had just done it the day before. So this is going to be continued. What does organization look like? On Fridays, again, I do my vision and goals. I do a daily to-do list, birthdays, update new friends list again, 30 friend requests, reach out to new friends, reach out to at least 5 existing friends, invite 10 plus people to coaching or challenge groups, and I do a mass follow-up. So what is a mass follow-up versus clearing out my inbox? Okay, so clearing out my inbox is simply going through all the messages that people have sent to me, right? And I'm responding to them, and I'm putting their name where they need to go. Are they going to my 10 in play? Are they going onto a follow-up list down the road? Are they going into an invite list in the next couple of days? Wherever that person needs to go, they're going in my journal. A mass follow-up is where I connect with all of my 10 in plays. For you, those of you who are a little bit newer and maybe don't understand what a 10 in play is, when I invite somebody into the coaching opportunity or a challenge group, if they are interested or say yes, they would like more information, they go into what is called my 10 in play. Okay, I number my paper 1 through 10, and every week I have a new 10 in play list. And that is my goal, is to have at least 10 new people in that list every week that say yes, that they want change or they'd like more information. Okay, so I follow up with them. I reconnect. Where did we leave off? Did they say that they were ready to enroll and we just need to pick a day that they need to enroll? Or are they still in limbo about, answering the questions that I've asked about their goals and what they would like to work towards? Wherever that conversation left off, I'm making sure that I reconnect with those people, because a lot of times, and I did it a lot when I was a newer coach, and really before I started using the 10 in play, is I would forget about people because they weren't on a follow-up list, or life just happens and they would forget to respond to me and I wouldn't have it written down. So I put them on a 10 in play list, and I have been for over a year. And I will give you a little nugget. The amazing thing about having a 10 in play is I have one every week, and it's at the bottom of my journal. So it's like in the bottom right-hand corner of my journal. At the end of the year, this past year, I was able to create a list of almost 180 people to follow up with that said yes, but never enrolled with me, to start messaging them in December, so that when January 1 came and they were ready to make changes, I was the one that had connected with them and touched base and reminded them that I am here for them. So not only does it give you an easy access of who you need to follow up with and reconnect with, and make sure, get a final answer and close with, yes, you're ready now, or maybe next month. But it also gives you a list for at the end of the year, or maybe in a couple months when you have a new challenge group, starting to reconnect with those people and say, hey girl, I know it wasn't a good time for you then, but maybe it's a good time now. Okay, so that's something that's been really helpful for me personally. And then Saturday and Sunday, like I said, I unplug for the most part. I'm still doing my workouts and Shakeology and keeping my nutrition dialed in as best I can, and still sharing on social media, not nearly as much as I do during the week, but I do still share on social media. And so then on Saturday and Sundays, I work on my vision and my goals, responding to some messages, but not a lot, because like I said, I do unplug and I spend that time with my family. But if we're in the car or something, I can respond to a few messages, or if we have a pretty low-key weekend, and we've already done some stuff and the boys are outside playing or something, I'll tell PJ, hey, I'm going to sit down for a half an hour, 45 minutes and do some work or something like that. And I'll go back to my traditional power hour for that time. But I respond to some messages. I check into my groups every day, without fail, every day. Those people are counting on us to show up every single day. They joined us for a reason. So always checking into groups. Planning out the week. So again, kind of like I do on Mondays, thinking about what needs to be done for the week, kind of brainstorming, meal prepping, brainstorming for ideas for the team and challengers, creating workout videos for the week, and traditional power hour in addition to this normal routine on some days, but not all weekends. So I kind of already said that. So far, let me kind of open this up a little bit so I can see all of your faces. So far, does that make sense that like I might not do the traditional power hour every single day, but I'm still doing the vital behaviors every day, right? Okay. Some of you might be wondering, well, where's personal development? Where is this? Where is that? Don't worry, you're getting to it. All right. So some things that I do outside of my power hour to move my business forward, 1 to 2 hours minimum of personal development daily. And actually sometimes it's 2.5 to 3 hours during the week. That's pretty much all I listen to anymore, you guys. On the weekends, it's usually 20 minutes to a half an hour while I'm showering or getting ready for wherever we're going. But Monday through Friday, it is a minimum of 1 to 2 hours every single day. Working out 5 to 7 days per week without fail. Shakeology every day. Thursday mornings, team recognition. So that's not something that's technically in the power hour, but it is something that I do on a weekly basis. Checking in with personally sponsored coaches 5 to 7 days per week, sending a text message, how are things going, sending a private message, how are things going, is there anything I can help you with, different things like that. Post and share on social media daily. So that wasn't necessarily in the power hour, but that's definitely something that needs to be done every day to move your business forward and to share your story and get yourself out there. And then on Fridays, I send voice memos to my challengers. So just a quick little, hey, I'm super proud of you. Is there anything I can do to help? You're doing a really great job. Different things like that, okay? So those are just some things in addition to. So what is the traditional power hour? We kind of already went over that, where we talked about what the actual 60 minutes lays out to be with our little template here. And Angie, I don't know if you've seen this, but this template is actually inside our In Team Living Healthy and Fit group. If you go to the photos, there's actually an album that's labeled Power Hour, and you can save this right to your phone or your iPad or whatever you're using, so that way you have access to that. But so what are the things that we're doing every single day that are in a traditional power hour, or if you've altered it a little bit, we're always looking at our vision. We're always thinking about what is our vision with this business? What is our purpose? What are we trying to fulfill? What are our goals? Personal development, adding to your list, connecting and growing friendships, because that's the core of this business, you guys, is simply being a friend and growing relationships. Sharing your story on social media, doing your workout and dialing in your nutrition. Doesn't mean you have to be perfect. We all have struggles. I don't know if you guys have seen my posts lately, but ever since we got back from Punta Cana, like I'm either really on or I'm really off, and it's been hit or miss for me lately. I'm really struggling with that. But share that, because it makes you real. It doesn't make you a failure. It makes you real, and life happens. And share how you're getting back on track. We talk about that all the time. If you're struggling, share how you're working to get back on track, okay? You're drinking your Shakeology every day. You're inviting on a regular basis. So again, if you're not inviting every day, you need to make sure that you have massive action days. So those are days that you mass invite, and you are at least getting 50 invites every week, okay? And if you're not hitting Success Club, we either need to look at the conversations that you're having with those 50 people inviting every week, or we need to increase the number, okay? But there's no reason, if you figure a 10% closing rate, if you're inviting 50 people a week, you should be closing with 5 people a week, okay? So what if it's 1%? You should still be doing enrolling 1 person per week if you are talking with 50 people. As you get more confident in the conversations that you're having and you've grown those relationships, your closing rate will increase. People will be more willing to trust and to jump in with you. But remember, whatever we're thinking when we invite is what is going to come across, okay? And then checking in with your challengers daily, making sure that you are checking in with those people, you are empowering them and you're uplifting them, and you are giving them an amazing experience, just like you had when you did your challenge groups. Okay? Awesome. We got through that pretty quickly. Cool. So I'm going to stop my screen share. Does anyone have any questions or anything that they would like to add that they have found to be helpful for themselves or when they sit down to do their power hour? There's nothing in the chat box, so you didn't have any questions while I was talking. And a side note, did you see my free little gift that I got with my Shakeology? I'm obsessed with it now. Seriously love this thing. It's amazing. Best shaker cup ever. Come on, don't just look off into space. I'm going to call on you just because you were looking down, Marguerite. Oh, you're eating. No questions, really? Did that make sense? Was it helpful? Was it overwhelming? Like anything? Gotta have some sort of reaction. I know it's 9 o'clock, but geez, girls.
I think it's helpful. For me, it's always helpful to see what someone else does. Like, I'm very much like an example person. Like, show me what you do so I can like try to do it or figure out a way to do it myself. So I like always need like I need like an example. Like I said, like show me. So I think it's helpful.
Cool. Thanks, love.
Oh.
Anybody else? Uh-oh.
I agree with Marguerite. I think that seeing things helps me, to visualize what somebody's saying or seeing what you're doing helps me. I'm a visual learner.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that what Marguerite said is point on.
Cool. I'm glad that helps. That's why I do it. Oh, she's back. Hi, you're back.
Dude, my computer just shut off all by itself. Sorry. I was like, what the heck happened?
That's all right. So how many of you are currently doing a power hour? Or are you kind of struggling to find that structure with your business hours right now? Power hour? Yeah. Angie, what do you got going, girl? I know you're busy, but are you getting like a power half hour in, or what is it? Let me unmute. Oh no, you froze. Maybe I can unmute you. Where'd you go? There you are. You're back, but I can't unmute you. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Mornings are hard. It's literally impossible for the mornings because I have to get ready. But I've been finding in the evenings are better for me to kind of sit down after bedtime. That's my time to kind of catch up with everything. I've been trying to listen to the videos that Meg has been posting during the day at work, but it's a constant interruption. I mean, you've been in the school before. Was today's an hour long or a little bit over an hour?
Yeah, it was like an hour and 15 minutes or something. It was a really good call, but it was like an hour and 15 minutes.
It was. I wasn't able to listen to it, but I found a lot of things that she was saying extremely helpful. So I'm trying to, take that information in and use that.
Yeah.
So yeah, my power hour is at 9.
And that's fine. Like, just find what works for you. Like, there is no right or wrong answer for sure. When I first started, I would literally, we didn't have an office space. I would sit on the couch after the boys went to bed, or after Keaston went to bed, because there was only him at the time, and would just knock it out, from like 8:30 to 9:30. So, I mean, there's no right answer. It's just finding that structure so that you know, like, this is my non-negotiable me time that I'm going to sit down and move myself forward and move my business forward and work towards my goals. And it's just making sure that you keep up with that, you know, whether it's morning, some people do it on their lunch hour. Some of us have to do it kind of broken up throughout the day because we're maybe a stay-at-home mom, or because our job doesn't allow us to be on our phones, or, you know, whatever that looks like for you. It's just making sure that you find that balance and make that time non-negotiable to move yourself forward. And really, you guys, like, an hour is the minimum to really work to inspire other people, to grow yourself and your business, and to reach Success Club every month. An hour is the minimum that we should be investing. And, you know, there might be a day like, okay, I can't do an hour today, but tomorrow I can bust out 2 hours. I can bust out 3 hours or whatever. Sometimes there's days like that, but I would encourage not letting that be like a normal routine, because it's very easy to say, oh, well, I didn't do personal development today, so I'll just do 20 minutes tomorrow. Or I didn't do it today, so I'll do a half an hour the next day. And then eventually you just are skipping out on personal development, like, altogether. Okay? That makes sense?
Yep.
What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? I'm going to beat you up.
I was just texting Tatiana.
Pay attention. You girls are in trouble. I'm just kidding. All right, loves. Anybody else have anything to add or any other questions? No? Well, if you can rise and shine your booties up tomorrow morning. Oh, hi, Puppy Joe. Yeah, paddle time. If you can rise and shine and get your booties up and moving tomorrow morning at 6 a.m., I'll be honest, it's been a struggle for me this week, but I will be there. I've been there at like 6:03 each morning, but I will be there, I promise. All right, loves. Well, have a great night. Thank you so much for jumping on this call. I appreciate all of you and your time and making sure that you made this a priority. I love you all. Have a great evening, and I'll see you in the morning.
Love you, babe.
All right.
See ya.
Good night.